Hey everyone, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. And if you're new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, and make sure you're not missing any of the content that we have coming out. Now today, we're going to be diving into some King in Black. And I'm going to put out 4 videos this morning, and the issues will be released more than likely on Saturday. Because I'm going to be making a trip across country, moving back to Texas, so I can focus on the YouTube channel 100% of my time. And so for this video, we're going to be getting into King in Black, Black Cat, issue number 3. And in issue number 2, we saw Black Cat pick up Strange's staff and become ridiculously powerful. And with that being said, let's dive into this issue. Now, right off the bat, I'm not going to butcher the name of the staff, of the branch from the World Tree. But this staff has empowered Black Cat, empowered Felicia with the powers of Asgard, with old magic. In our opening pages, we see Felicia in what appears to be nothingness. And she asks around and asks if she's dead. And she turns around to see Black Fox. And Black Fox telling her no, that it's nothing that dramatic. And Black Fox tells us that he's not actually Black Fox. This is just a familiar shape, one in which he might use to speak to her with. And so her next question is like, what's the gag? Like, who is he and where are they? And he tells her that this is more like a partition of her consciousness, a little space in her mind where he wants to have a conversation. And as for who he is magic. Old magic, wild magic. And she asks what's going on in reality, and this is when we see her wielding a ridiculous amount of power, about to go toe-to-toe with dozens of symbiote dragons. And so the situation is looking quite bleak. And she tells them, I need to get back. Like, you need to listen to me and send me back right now so I can go help my guys out. And he says that he's not going to, not until she has heard him out and heard everything that he has to say. Because as he said before, he represents magic. Extremely old magic and extremely wild magic. And taking the branch, she effectively gripped a live wire. And through that live wire runs magic. And so, she's like, all right, I'll bite. Like, what does magic want me to do? And he says that he simply wants her to say yes. Magic is governed by rules, and he wants to be free, to burn bright and beautiful and carve a mark across creation. But in order to do that, it requires a conduit, one that can provide consent. And what's in it for her is literally everything, the power of creation itself. And this is when Felicia tells it, like, all right, I'll bite. I have expensive taste, so give me a little bit of a taste. Her guides are out there sitting ducks, and those dragons are coming to pick them off. And she wants to punish them. And so with the power, we see a handshake with a hydrogen bomb. And Black Cat is literally just clawing symbiote dragons in half. Having all the stars in the universe burning in her blood, the music of the spheres crashing in her ears, and the killing intent, a force of nature, a law of the universe. Who could say no to this type of power? And then we pick back up in her mind, and she's seeing that she can both see what's happening in real time and in her mind. Just another trick of the magic that's possessed here. And then Magic asks, when was the last time that you felt powerless? And the last time she felt powerless is when they got the phone call saying that her father had died. But he didn't really die, he had just gone away to prison. And she tells him, I always live. I was fine and I made it through. And though she may live, she always hurts. And hurts badly. Like the gang war between Al and Dr. Octopus. Remembering how that felt. How she felt so powerless and couldn't do anything. And while this conversation is going on, we're seeing how powerful she is with this staff. Literally stomping on the necks of symbiote dragons and smashing everything in her path. And this is where we see Doctor Strange wake up and just like freak out. Like, is that Black Cat? And why is she? And what is she? And this is when he's told, like, you were kind of knocked out, and she kind of grabbed this staff because we needed a Hail Mary pass. So, this is what we have. And the look on Doctor Strange's face is just priceless. And he tells us, this is extremely bad. It's not, we can't just take the staff from her. She's channeling the raw power of creation right now, which is utterly immoral and destructive as a hurricane, as an atomic bomb. But she must put it down on her own accord before it overwhelms her. And if she is overwhelmed, something far greater than Null has been released upon the earth. The only one who can stop her is herself. And Doctor Strange prays to all the gods that he's ever known that she is strong enough to resist the temptation of ultimate power. And this is when the magic tells her, we can literally offer you anything. We can offer you the total annihilation of all your enemies. Which obviously, this intrigues her. Something that sounds amazing. And they can give her literally everything. The wealth of nations. Babbles of cosmic import. The mightiest heroes and villains kneeling at her feet. And her father brought back to her. Mother no longer a widow. And of course, love. Every broken heart healed. Every lover who ever left you returned to your side. And this is where she stops him. And it's like, listen, you made a mistake. And Magic's confused. Like, I offered you literally everything. But to her, she was offered ashes. Because she would never make someone fall in love with her with magic. And this is when she's disconnected from the power. And Doctor Strange asks her and tells her, for a magician, surviving the wild magic's temptation would be one thing. But for an uninitiated, what did he offer you? And she says everything. More than her soul could take, and not without becoming someone she couldn't bear to be. And Doctor Strange says, I hate to admit this, but I'm actually really impressed with you. I totally thought you were going to kill us all. And she tells Doctor Strange, it was this close, but thanks, I like you too. And they're not out of the woods yet, because they still have symbiote dragon descending upon them. And this is when Black Cat tells Doctor Strange to get her guys somewhere safe. And Doctor Strange and Black Cat get ready to fight. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Personally, I really did enjoy this. We saw Black Cat, we saw Felicia really battling with temptation of ultimate power. And at the end of the day, she ended up winning. And that goes to say a lot about her personality and her character on who she is as a person. Because there's many individuals, many heroes out there who would never turn that down. And they would believe that they're doing it with the best of intentions, leading them down a path that eventually corrupts them. Because power has the tendency of corrupting even the best of us. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have not yet, please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and until the next issue,